This is Just Isaac, and I'm speaking to you from the mobile boxing page. There's so many things in store for you, you have no idea. Your mind's about to be blown when you grasp these simple principles. So I'm just taking a little bit of time out just to, I want to talk to you about a few things. I am so excited. I'm so excited of the things that are transpiring. Some of you know already that through my music career, I made the top 40 across the United States. I am forming a top 40 artist. My track was number 21 in the country. I think, was it artist? Common. There was quite a few. Um, Common was 4 ahead of me on the charts. But on the charts, I placed number 21 on the charts. I beat a lot of major labels, releasing my project independently. And also, I was charted on Unsigned Hype. I believe I was number 6 across the United States. Still residing, between back and forth between Canada and the U.S. I'm just really excited about this project that I've been working on. I put the music down for about 3 years, 3 or 4 years at least, just to sit back and to reflect and to, I just wanted to remain authentic in what it is that I do and what I speak on, the music that I produce. I I speak from my heart. I speak from what I know, and a lot of times what happens with when you are signed, you kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit. But I've maintained my independence in the industry, and I'm really thankful for what's about to transpire. Um, and the purpose of me bringing that up was not so much that you're aware of what is transpiring as far as my life is concerned and my career wise, but it's to empower you. Um, and the topic today is words, words, words. That's the topic. Is words. See, I believe it very strongly that the words we speak, they have a thing that's called prophetic implication, meaning that the words that we speak, they don't just disappear. I heard my one of my tutors say to me that the molecules that exist around us are waiting for the opportunity to form and to shape um, itself to what it is that you have spoken. So, that being said, um, we need to be mindful of the people that we have around us. This is why it's so important, it's so crucial that we are mindful of the people who are around us, who surround us in our sphere of influence, because we are susceptible to suggestion. And the people around us can make us or break us. They can make you or break you. The people who you have surrounding around you right now, just all you gotta do is look at your last 5 text messages and kind of go into your phone and see what was the last few text messages based on what was the people who are around you right now. Just look around you. Just look around you. Just take time to look around you. If you're by yourself, you can kind of imagine who you've been around in the last 24 hours. And those people who are around you, sometimes we need to do an inventory check. And it's a hard thing to do at times, is to separate ourselves from people who have been in our sphere of influence. Sometimes severing relationships is not an easy thing to do. But in order for us to progress, at times we're gonna have to. I mean, when we're climbing a mountain, you can't take everybody with us. You can't take everybody with you when you're climbing this mountain. This mountain. See, if you have a vision and you have a purpose, if you're not climbing the mountain and you just, you're content of where you are and you have no vision, you have no purpose, I'm not talking to you. So you might as well just cut this off right now. Just click in the video. If you are someone who wants to progress in life and you want to go somewhere and you want to do something in life, and you want to be successful at what you do, I believe very strongly. Once again, you're going to hear me say that. I believe very strongly. I say I believe very strongly because this is something that I live by. This is something that I meditate on. These certain principles is that if you want to progress and you want to press forward, then these simple principles is the words that we speak that have prophetic implication, and we need to be mindful of the people who are surrounding us. The people who are around us they're affecting our internal dialogue. That means there's a process that's taking place inward, intrinsically, intrinsically. There's a process. Something is happening inside of each of us. And what is happening inside each of us, between our heart and our mind, um, it is affecting um, our whole entire environment. It is affecting who we are. It is affecting what surrounds us. It's how we think. Thoughts become things. So, what I want to encourage you today is to be mindful of the words that you speak over yourself. You know, the world has it somewhat twisted. Mainstream has it somewhat twisted when they tell us certain people are bragging. When Muhammad Ali said, "I'm the greatest," he believed that he was the greatest. And not only did he believe that he was the greatest, he trained like he was the greatest. And what ended up happening was people remember him as the greatest, as one of the greatest boxers that ever lived. You look at guys like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, for instance, what I really admire about him is that he speaks words despite what's being said about him. Despite what others say, this is a man who is not held hostage by someone else's opinion of him. What he has, I believe, somewhat mastered in a sense is the ability to speak to those things that he desires and watch them come to pass despite what is happening externally. And that takes a lot of internal strength. And sometimes we can get it twisted and think that because someone is speaking something about themselves progressing, or about themselves, their status, or where they are, or where they see themselves, sometimes we can get it twisted and miss the point of I want to say the point of contact, where we can speak to those things. This is a scriptural principle. We can speak to those things that be not as though they are. I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible when someone understands that principle, because we can sit and we can watch the process take place. When there was a man by the name of Jesus who walked the planet, and this, I'm not talking religion right now. I'm talking truth, okay? When Jesus walked the planet, he made a statement. This man, he was revolutionary in his way of thinking. Not only his way of thinking, but he's so powerful that people still talk about him to this day. He said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." What was powerful about that was, I believe that he was the most humble man that ever walked the planet, but yet he made a statement like that. It said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." If anybody else said that, it'd be arrogance. You see what I'm saying? So humility is admitting the truth and living by it. Arrogance, in a sense, is um, arrogance. I would say arrogance is thinking of ourselves more highly than we ought to think. So let me go back to, first I talked about Ali, and I'll talk about Floyd. With Floyd, something about Floyd was the reason why he became TBE is because he believed what he said and he was active in what he believed. We have to believe what we say, and we have to be active in what we believe. Me, myself, personally, I made the top 40 across the United States, and many of you know about my boxing career. I had over 100 fights in the ring. I won 6 championships, including a national title. But there were people in my life who told me that I would never be a champion. There were people in my life who told me, they said, "It'll never happen. It'll never happen." I remember sitting in the class, I'm going to be up and personal with you, because they cut this out from the television interviews a lot. And I love media. Media, I love y'all. You know that. I love you. But there were things that were cut out of my interviews, very important points that I think that people need to know in order to maximize people's potentials as individuals. We need to have certain principles in place and understand certain things. So I'm sitting in the classroom and I'm telling the teacher, I'm like, everybody was talking about what they want to do, right? I'm saying that I want to be, people are saying I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a doctor. I want to, I want to run a restaurant. And I said, I'm going to be a champion. I want to be a champion. I want to be a boxing champion. And I'll be honest with you, the teacher, I won't say your name, but you know who you are. You looked at me and you said to me, "It'll never happen." And I'm going to be honest, my heart at that time, it just dropped. My heart dropped. But when it dropped, it hit something. And when it hit something, it bounced back up. You know what I'm saying? And I began to think of my thoughts. My thoughts quickly transition with rapidity. Somebody spoke something over me years ago that caused me to be propelled to think a certain way about myself, to not be held hostage by other people's opinion as well. And I end up training, and to make a long story short, I end up winning 6 championships. Um, I won 3 provincial titles, 2 a national title. I remember saying at one point in time, I want to be number 1 in the nation in boxing, and I achieved that goal. And I put the boxing down, and then I ended up, coming back and winning 2 titles. There's 2 more titles, Golden Glove titles. But the thing about it was this: the reason I said that is not to brag on myself, but to encourage someone today that there are going to be people who are going to tell you. I mean, when I was sitting in the classroom, people were laughing. This dude fell off his chair. He was laughing so hard. He fell off his chair. Dude fell off his chair. He was laughing so hard at the fact that I had this vision of being a champion. Yeah, I might be a soft. I might have been a soft dude at the time. I might be an intellectual. I might love to think, but there is nothing that is impossible. Nothing. And I put my trust and my faith in God. Because what we put our faith in, we put our trust in, whatever that thing is, we better believe in. Better hope that we can believe in it and that it's accurate to the point that it will bring direction. Okay. And I put my faith and my trust in Him, and what He's done is He's given me the confidence within myself to not only be able to push back the words that other people say, but to believe what He has said about me. You know what I'm saying? And what He said about you is that, the thoughts that He has for you, the thoughts that He has projected towards you, are thoughts that you're going to be successful, thoughts that you are going to excel, that you are going to prosper, whatever it is that you're choosing to do in life. So that being said, going back to the words that we speak and the importance of the words that we speak. If we have if somebody's talking to you and they're telling you things that are contrary to your vision and your purpose, if they're telling you things that cause you to abort your vision or your purpose, sometimes we need to reevaluate and think, you know what, is this person good for me in my life? That's okay. That's okay to think on those things. If this person is okay for me, and then it's the process. At times, as I mentioned earlier, the process of elimination. Sometimes it's a hard thing to do. So that being said, I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm excited because this project that I've been working on for the past little bit, it's been kind of difficult to write. I'm going to tell you why. This project has been difficult to write because it's very personal. Every song that I do, everything that I write, whether it's through poetry or through music, this music video that I've shot, I had to make myself very vulnerable. But I really truly believe that my vulnerability, if it can help somebody to progress and to have that paradigm shift, that paradigm shift to think in a way that causes a person to progress, I'm going to be vulnerable. So I have this track that I've worked on. It's called Quiet Tears. I have an amazing producer, amazing music producer, music video producer, amazing production. The studio that I've recorded this track in was just outstanding, just immaculate. I believe the mastering is being done by Drake's people, and the music community is not as big as people. It's a small circle, but I guess it depends on our perception of what big is. And I'm looking forward to this video being produced. It has some very influential people in the video. I won't even mention their names. You gonna see. I've been back and forth to Vegas. Been flying back and forth to Vegas, and really, really have everything is lining up the way that it should line up. And this video, this music video, and this track that's going to be released, I'm believing that it's going to surpass Lonely Nights. Okay, I'm speaking that right now. You see what I'm saying? I believe that millions of people are going to not only hear this video, hear this song, I should say, but they're going to be influenced by this. That their proclivity is going to be influenced by coming in contact or by viewing and listening to this song. Um, you know, and I'm so thankful that we're still in the dispensation of grace, and we have that favor, and we have that not only favor but just the blessings. They come, and I believe that they come when we have an understanding of who we are and what we speak. Um, and I just want to encourage you today to really think about the people who are surrounding you. This is the importance of it. It's because those people, the same people who are surrounding you, are speaking over your life, speaking something into your life. What do you want in life? What is your purpose? What is your vision? And maybe you don't have a vision at this time. Maybe you don't have a purpose. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to get up and personal again, and they edited this out. At one time, I've never said this publicly, but at one time, I didn't want to live at one time. And the reason that I didn't want to live is because I had no vision and I had no purpose. And now I understand even more so of why it is written that without a vision, the people will perish. And I just encourage you today to get a hold of a vision, and to not only a vision, the vision itself should have something within the vision that's going to help people. That vision and that purpose that God Almighty wants to give to you and to impart to you, that vision and that purpose, it should have something to do with helping other people, because selfish people are never happy people. The world tells us that the more money we have, the more happy we're gonna be. That the more fame we have, the more it's gonna fulfill that emptiness. We're gonna be loved. That doesn't feel anything like the debut of my music video. I have 5 million views on the debut of my music video, and they put me in between 50 Cent and Kanye West. Now, they might have edited this out, but I was sitting with my dad, and it was important. It was vitally important at the time for me to share this moment with my musical mentor, which is my dad. And my dad he toured with New World Productions. That was around the Rick James era. He toured Rick James. I should say him and Rick James toured together. Yeah, who else? It was the funk era. It's called the funk era. And my mom also is from the realm of music. But when this video aired, and after it aired, my dad was like, "Yeah, son, I'm really proud of you. This is really good, And his words meant a lot. But there's even more. There's even more to life. Even with my own father, there's more to life than just accepting the words that other people say over us. You may have a parent. You may be watching this, and your parent, maybe your spouse, maybe the person that is supposed to be your mentor, or the person who's supposed to be influencing you, if they're not saying something that causes your progression, something that contributes to your progression, if they're not saying words that will help you to fulfill the assignment that you're called to fulfill, those aren't good words. There were people who told me, as I said in the beginning, that I'll never be a champion. There were people who told me that the music that I do was too positive, it would never be successful. And here it is, the millions of people have heard my music across the world. Europe, I love you. I love all my fans in Europe. I love all my fans in the United States, in Canada, across the planet. But I really believe, as I started saying earlier, that this song, I'm speaking it now, this project is going to reach millions of people, and lives are going to be changed. When I mean the lives are going to be changed, meaning that the way that people thought one way, they're going to begin to think another way. This track "Quiet Tears," man, is from I believe it's from a place of pain, a place everybody has experienced separation. Everybody has experienced hurt and pain, and we all have different levels that we've experienced. But I would never belittle anybody's experience of pain. But pain can produce power if the words that we speak in the midst of the pain that we feel, the midst of the pain, in the midst of the pain that you're feeling right now, if you're listening to this and you're experiencing pain, see, this video is timeless. The pain that you're feeling can be used for power if you begin to speak positively of what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, and don't settle for what's in front of you, because things are going to get better. Things are shifting. Things are shifting in your favor. Okay? You got to believe that. I'm speaking that over it. I'm speaking that over your life right now, that the things that you have experienced, the things that has caused the pain, that nobody can really relate to, the pain that you felt. You are being transformed. You are being changed even at the sound of this video. There's a frequency. There's a frequency that's being passed through this video right now. The frequency that's being passed through this video is a frequency that is lifting you up and causing you to think differently. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause other individuals to take you even to the next level of your purpose and your vision and why you're here on this planet, why you are even existing here on planet Earth. There is a purpose for you, and there is a vision that you may not have now, but you will receive that vision in due time, in due season. This frequency that's coming into you right now, this ain't nothing spooky. This was divinely orchestrated. And there's going to be someone who is going to come, and there's someone who has detected you, someone who has detected you and identified the greatness that's inside you. I see the greatness inside you right now on this video. I can sense it. You know what? You were supposed to be watching this so that where you are right now, you understand that this is just part of the process. This is the process that you have to go through in order to go to the next level. And the next level of success is not necessarily, as I mentioned earlier, having more money, having people love you. That's not it. Having a nicer car, having the house that you wanted. That's not it. It's not found in those things. Happiness is based on happenings. But there's a thing that's called joy. Okay? And joy is not the absence of pain. It's not the absence of pain, but it's the presence of our Creator and what you are called to be and who you are called to be, you know? And I just want to encourage you that the words that are spoken over you, the words that are spoken, that have been spoken over you, to reevaluate those words, because you are valuable and you will not be rendered useless, okay? You are valuable. You are going to progress. You are going to the next level. The things that the people that are around you that should not be around you are being repelled, even at the sound of this video. The people who are going to help you to fulfill the assignment are being attracted to you. Yes, it's happening. And I'm one of those people. I believe very strongly that what we send off, it will come back. What we think in our heart about ourselves, that's who we are. If you look at your life, and I always look at my life and your life, my life is because of my internal dialogue, what it is that I've thought of myself. And your life is because of what you think of yourself. So guard your ears, guard your eyes from anything that's negative or someone. And negativity doesn't necessarily have to be someone that's putting you down. Negativity, in a sense, could be someone who's not pushing you, causing you to stretch. You want to stretch. You want to become all that you can be. Because inside of you, there is greatness. You know, every single man and woman and child has a measure of faith, a measure of greatness inside of us. You know, so I want to encourage you today to watch the words that you speak over yourself. That that the words that we speak over ourselves are going to affect. They're going to affect our progress. You know, the words that we even speak over ourselves can cause us to be hindered as far as our capacity is concerned. Our capacity can be enlarged when we begin to speak positive things, good things over ourselves. You know, and so I hope that this video has encouraged you today, tonight, whatever time you're watching this video. And I'm just hoping, and I'm praying that as you listen to this video, as you have listened to this video, that now you are on your way to progression. And you know what? Things are getting better. Things are going to shift for your favor. Take this and walk with it.